In this video, I'm going to show you how to create the matrix scan effect in Adobe After Effects. If you'd like to know how this is done, I will show you exactly what to do. If you do not wish to walk this path, I will provide you with all the asset files necessary in order to accomplish this effect in a much easier fashion. So the question is in your hands. Do you want to know the hidden knowledge in creating this effect? Or do you just want to achieve this effect without knowing how it's done? Do you take the red pill or the blue pill? No, alright, so hey, what's up? My name is Ignace Aleya. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create this awesome city scan effect from the Matrix. Alright, so that looks really cool. I found that this works best when you work with nighttime footage, so that's what I ended up using, and it's also really cool when it rained just before, so you have a lot of reflections. And it's also really nice if it's in a city with a lot of lights, so you have reflections. Anyway, I saw that they used a typical shot like this, and I found this shot right here on pexels.com. So you can go ahead with the link in the description below and download this video clip to follow along with this video tutorial. Alright, so here we are in Adobe After Effects, and I have this video file which I will import into a new sequence by dragging it to this icon right here. And so this is the night city that we have. The first thing that I like to do is I want to separate the dark parts of my video and the brighter parts, because as you can see in the example of the movie, the highlights are very visible, but all the darker tones are covered with this matrix overlay. Anyway, talking about the matrix, we're living in a matrix ourselves, or we're creating one at least, and that's Web 3.0. And that brings us to today's video sponsor, Capture App. So basically this is the first blockchain camera, and it only requires one click to mint NFTs. It's also completely integrated with their own cryptocurrency. And hopefully you can see the true potential of this. It can become a next social media where you're uploading all your photos and immediately they're recognized on your blockchain. So that means that you can now go ahead and sell them, or you can trade them, whatever you want to do. You have complete content ownership. So as I'm still a virgin on this blockchain, I'm going to take the first photo together with you guys. Alright, so you guys are right here in this little lens here, so let's take a selfie. So right here I have the Capture app, and here is my photo that is currently registering one capture on the blockchain. How cool is that? So maybe I should be a little bit embarrassed that this is my first photo, but what the hell. Alright, so right here we can go ahead and take a picture. And there I am. And so people are actually selling the photos that they took as an NFT, which is insane. This is the future for the metaverse or anything digital or anything matrix related. So alright, let's get back to the tutorial and see how things are done. So we are going to duplicate our footage by holding Ctrl and pressing D, and then I'm going to add the extract effect. I'm going to use the effects console from Video Copilot, but you can also go to the effects and presets right here and search your effect right here. So I'm going to search the extract effect and apply that to my video, my top video file. And then I'm going to solo that video file and just drag all the darker tones out. And also make sure that I can see the transparency so we can really see what the highlights are doing here. And then hold it right there. And then on the bottom one, we're going to drag this one out to the left, so we just make a soft gradient here on the highlights. So I'm going to call this highlights. Then I'm going to duplicate this video file once more, and these are going to be my edges. So this is going to have that effect on the edges like in a matrix. And what we'll do here is add the find edges effect. And then I'm going to apply a tint to make it black and white. Then I'm going to apply an invert to invert the colors. I'm also going to add a curves to add the contrast in here. So layering up effects is really handy with the effects console, so that's why I would advise you to get it. It's free. So I will drag my curves right before the find edges, and here you can still play with how much detail you really want to get out of it. So play a little bit with that until you are satisfied. Maybe push the shadows and decrease the highlights a little bit to get more detail in your image, and that way you're getting something like this. Then at the end, I'm going to apply a new tint effect, and this time it's going to be to colorize my scan lines to somewhat green. So I'm going to map the white here to a green color. Okay, and now we can change the blending mode to a screen, and it's going to be transparent over my original video. Obviously, my original video is too bright, so what I will do is create a new adjustment layer. And this is going to apply all effects to everything that's below it. So it's right here in between, well, actually just on top of my first video. And this is going to be my exposure. And I will apply the exposure effect. And here, so I can just lower the exposure to make everything dark even darker. And why I'm doing this is to make the green stand out a little bit more. So now we already have a really cool environment, matrix style. And so now what we want to do is create our text effects. So I already created this in Adobe After Effects, but let's quickly do a new one ourselves so you understand the basic concept of creating a matrix rain effect within Adobe After Effects. So we'll create a new composition, and I will make this just 1000 by 1000, so we have a nice and square. This is going to be our matrix rain. And so 15 seconds will do. Click OK. And I'm going to create another sequence or another composition, and this is going to have a width of 1000 but a height of maybe, or actually the width of like 35 and a height of 1000. We're going to have a long thin string just like this. So now what I want to do is go over to my text tool right here, and if we click and hold, we can see that we also have the option to create a vertical type tool. So click on that, and we're going to click and drag here all the way out. And so now just fill it up with words. Not sure why I'm not seeing it. Okay, so the size was not matching up. So play with the size here. Make sure you see this. And so actually what I originally had is like just normal text. So let's do that once more. We can see normal text, but then I went to defont.com, and right here, if you search for matrix, you find this really awesome font a little bit down here. I will link it in the description. It's called the Matrix Code. And so if I apply this font right here, you will get the actual matrix font in your rain. So that's really cool. Now what I want to do is go to animation and add some text animations to my text. So I'm going to apply a wiggly animator. And in the wiggly animator, I want to do nothing. I just want to add here a property opacity. And so the opacity is going to be wiggly, and then lower the opacity a little bit, not too much. And so now we have this wiggly effect on top of our rain. Now we're going to create a new solid layer, and this is going to be our ramp gradient. And click OK. And make sure that this is on the top of our text. And here we're going to apply the gradient ramp effect. And so what this does is it turns white at the bottom and black at the top. And as this is above our text, we can now set the track matte option. If you don't see that, click these toggle the switches or press F4 on the keyboard. And we can set this to Luma Matte, which is going to look at everything bright and only show that. And then right here, it fades off. And so now we have this kind of rain effect. Really cool. And so now another thing that we want to do is add a character offset. So in the animate for the text, character offset, that's also something we want to do. And then hold Alt and click on the stopwatch for the character offset. And here we want to add a simple expression. It's really basic, but it's called time times something like 9. And what that will do is every second, it's going to add 9 to this value of 0. So every second, it's going to add 9. And that's just going to animate it over time, making it look like there is text being coded or something. So that looks really cool. Now we need to add our color. So that's it. We're going to apply a fill color. And we're going to turn this into a nice green color. And then one more little detail that I want to do is create an adjustment layer on top. Make sure it's on top. And then with the mask tool, the rectangle tool, I'm going to draw a rectangle at the bottom. And I'm going to add the exposure effect to this adjustment layer and just increase it quite a bunch until it becomes white. And now I want to press F on the keyboard and feather this mask quite a bit, so we get like a highlight at the bottom while it's raining. So now we have our element done, and we're going to rename this composition to Particle Matrix. And so now in the matrix rain, we are ready to create our rain. So what we need to do here is right click and create a new solid layer. And this is going to be our particle rain. And here I want to add the particle world effect. So this is a particle system that is in Adobe After Effects. There is no need to install a third-party plugin. You can do it within After Effects. So you can use our matrix particle that we just created in the project manager and drag this into the matrix rain composition and just disable it so we don't see it. We just want to use it as information for the particle emitter right here. So the particle rain, let's open that up and go into the grid, deselect the grid, close the grid, and the birth rate, I'm going to set it to 1, longevity to 5. The producer, I'm going to open it up, set it to 1, and maybe like here, comma 3, and this one to maybe comma 4. The physics, I'm going to set it to cone axis, set the velocity to 1 or 0.5, and then I'm going to set the extra angle to 0, and I'm going to open up the gravity also to 0, and open up the direction as axis right here. I'm going to set it to, I think it's 1. And that will make it animate downwards. Now I want to open up the particle tab. And in here, I want to change the particle type to texture square. And for the texture square, I'm going to set the bird size to 1 and 1 for both. And I'm going to choose the texture in the texture tab right here to be that particle matrix or the particle that we just created. And then the texture time, we want to set it from current to birth. And that's going to randomize the time and it's going to make it look a lot more realistic. So now it's still quite small, so we're going to increase the size to something like 5 for both the birth and the death size. And let's see how that looks. That's looking a lot better. Now one more thing that we want to do is go up here, and for the position and Y, we want to drag this all the way up, somewhat like that. And there we go. Okay, so that's looking really cool. One more thing that we'll need to do is set the extra to 0 here. And that will just make it animate downwards. So that's how I did the rain. Now what I've done also is add it to the media encoder and just rendered it out so it's going to work a lot faster. So I have it right here. It's the exact same thing as you can see, and I will just drag this into my composition. And so now all we have to do is turn this into a 3D layer and place it on every surface that we see in our scene in a realistic fashion. So this is something you can do pretty roughly, or you can take and really spend your time detailing every single object in your scene and making it look super realistic. We're going to press F4 and turn this layer into a 3D layer by clicking here. And then I want to drag this and turn it all the way to the bottom. Now I also want to create a new camera because we see that we have a pretty wide shot. I'm going to set my camera here because of the angle of my camera. So if you have a different shot, maybe you'll need a different preset, but I'm going to set it to 24 millimeters and click OK. Now for this matrix ground, I'm going to drag it all the way to the bottom. And now I'm going to start rotating it into place and try to match the perspective of the floor in my scene. And we can already see that it's matching pretty well. I'm also going to right click here, transform, and set it to flip vertical. That way it's going to move upwards or more in the direction of our axis. Then I'm also going to add the motion tile effect to this file, so motion tile. And I'm going to increase the width to maybe 200 and the height to 200. That's just going to duplicate it a few times and make it appear a little bit more often. Maybe the height even 300. And so now I have my entire floor done. Now we want to duplicate this video file or the layer and delete the motion tile. Now I just want to move it to the right here and start rotating it. So rotate it. And so this is basically how you're going to start setting up everything. If you really want to do it perfectly, you're going to also use masks and use this mask, disable this layer. And for example, just mask it over here. And then also make sure that these points are matching up and like this, you can really start doing a lot of crazy stuff and then enable it again. And now it's only applied to this. And now you would have to duplicate this and then rotate it a nice 90 degrees. And then place it over here. You get the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do that stuff because I do think it's going to work out like this as well. And then I'm going to duplicate it one more time and then place it all the way here. So we have duplicated this a few times And now we're going to toggle the switches and change the blending mode to a simple screen. And so now everything is going to be blended together, which is first our original footage. We can click on it with the exposure enabled. Maybe you want to lower the exposure even more. Then we have our highlights coming back in. Maybe you want to play with those as well. Maybe you want less, maybe you want more. Then you have your edges coming in. Maybe you want to apply a perfect glow to this. So I'm going to add a perfect glow, which you can download for free on our website. And you can play with settings a little bit, maybe like 25. That's going to add a little bit of glow, looks cool. I'm going to keep it in. And then we start layering all of our matrix effects on top. And that's going to really make it come to life if you see this in an animation. And so one last thing that we need to do now is duplicate our original file, bring it all the way on top. And this is going to be called Roto. And so here I want to double click, go all the way to the beginning of my clip and go to my Roto brush tool. Click on this, zoom in and start rotoing each individual person that moves in your shot out. And then you want to freeze this, but then you're going to see, if you're going back to your main composition, that now your person is going to be very present. So in this case, it still worked out well, but if you go more, like if you have these matrix elements coming over, so let's say they would be offset in time, you can see the difference between this person here, if we enable the roto or not. So he's a lot more apparent, and that way you really take all the focus towards him. Alright, so that's how to do the matrix effect in Adobe After Effects. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like. Also be sure to subscribe to the channel for more and hit the notification bell to stay notified when I upload new videos. Apart from that, I hope to see you in the next one, and until then, create epic videos.